Hey everyone, Liam here from the review, and this is my next review on Thor: The Dark World. Now, before we get started, I'm gonna say this, that people have been saying my first review was actually one of my best ones, and then it all started going downhill. I know that's been happening. I figured out why, because it's a long story really, but now these reviews should be getting a bit better now because I found out what I have been doing wrong, and I'm starting to improve it. So, without further ado, I'm about to get started on the review, but before, don't forget to subscribe. Also, leave a like down below if you enjoyed this review. Also, I'm running out of ideas for what reviews to do. I know what I'm going to do for my next one, but also drop a comment for what you want me to do in my next review. But without further ado, let's go straight into it. Okay, so I thought Thor: The Dark World was not my favourite film out of them all, mostly because it was set in Asgard. I like the fact that it was set in Asgard because it was following the comics, but I didn't like the design of Asgard because there was too much gold. I mean, like everything was gold, and it was like the Middle Ages. I mean, isn't like outer space typical moments meant to be like more technology? But that probably is typical, and that's probably why they didn't use gold. I mean, that's why it probably did use gold. I guess that it was a good part that they did use Earth quite a bit in this, but I didn't like it that they didn't use it 24/7. I mean, they could have split it half and half. I did like it though when they did go to other realms, just because you actually get to see Thor use his hammer a lot more in the fight scenes. Now, don't get me wrong. Alright, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sorry, but I think we all love the noise Thor's hammer makes when he throws it or picks it up, like gives it back to himself. I mean, we all love that sort of noise. It makes the hammer look more heavy because we all know it's just a prop and it's not going to be an actual hammer. But I did like that. I did like the fight scenes in the other realms. As it goes for the villains, he was not my favourite of the villains, but his horny friend, that came out wrong, but his friend that he like kind of killed and then put a stone in him, I did like him. He's kind of like Marvel's version of the Predator, if you know what I mean. So I did like that character, but I did not like the minions. The minions was like, they made me think of Michael Myers with the masks. Yeah, it's basically Marvel's version of Michael Myers. The masks made it look like that. It's like tons of Michael Myers. The weapons looked pretty damn awesome, but they didn't use them as much. Mostly they just aimed at people and didn't even shoot. That could be possibly just because of the budget that they was on. They couldn't add the special effects in there. But Minion's not my favourite character. As it goes for the professor and the intern, they should have explained the professor a bit more. I mean, I don't get why he came into a homeless person, and the intern, I think they just threw that idea in there just to make it less boring, but they didn't really explain him. Loki though, he was my favourite character out of them all. He was just damn right funny. I kind of was ashamed that he died, but obviously he's not dead in the end. But I did love his character. He made me laugh, especially when he changed into Captain America. That made me laugh because he was just like taking the mick out of the character. It made me laugh, and I think that was a really good part of the movie that they added in there. Obviously, we're going to be seeing Loki a lot more now, but not as Loki. Obviously, if you actually watch the movie. The most boring part of the movie was probably Thor's mother's death and funeral. I know that sounds a bit harsh, but I skipped through it the second time I watched it. The first time, yeah, I get it. It's a sad scene. It's meant to be like that. Now people are going to have a go at me for this, but I think it was, they could have made it a bit more interesting. I mean, it kind of got me bored. That's my personal opinion, but it kind of got me a bit bored. Her death was not really as good, but I think they could have done a bit better with the death and the funeral. So, yeah, anyways, guys, I'm probably going to give this movie probably a B, just because I didn't like it. It was just boring, to be honest. But anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. don't forget to subscribe. My next review, I will put a link on this video as soon as it's up. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next one.